Hello, my name's Nico Foster, and I'm going to take you through putting a new goat skin onto a djembe drum. As you can see here, we've got the old skin that popped, and so we're going to have to take that off. That's the first step, which requires you to undo all the rope. As you can see, the green rope there. So that'll be the first step, is just undoing all the knots, and we'll get started on that, and then we'll keep on going. Okay, so now I've got all the horizontal knots out, and we're just going to go for the verticals. Got the rope off, and as you can see, it's down there. It's a good opportunity to check your rope and look for any frays. Of course, if you have some big frays, this would be the time to go to the store and get yourself some replacement rope. I think I usually use 5 mil climbing cord. You know, there's all sorts of places you can get cordage like that, and you know, I can't remember, maybe it's 70 feet, just depends on the size of your djembe, but also is a good opportunity to check your bottom rings. Look for any wear on those guys, and on this video I'm not going to replace the bottom ring, so I can't actually show you how to do that, but maybe in a next episode I'll replace the bottom ring and show you how to do that. Skin should just come off like that. Take a look at your bowl, you know, look for any impurities or scratches, or really what you're looking for is anything sharp that can cause your skin to rub and possibly tear. Good opportunity to clean up your shell too. Mine's got quite a bit of dust on it, so I'll definitely clean that up. And if you haven't oiled it recently, good opportunity to oil it with some linseed oil or some mineral oil or something like that too. Luckily this shell's looking like it's in pretty good shape, so that's good. The next thing you're going to do is just pop your inner ring out of your busted skin. So at this point, you know, your skin is pretty much useless, so you can kind of cut into it or do whatever you need to do to get that those two rings out. So that's going to take 2 hands, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll resume. Alright, so got the skin off, and then as you can see there's 2 rings here. So this is your bottom ring, and this will be the top ring, and this is what you want to kind of look at, maybe replacing depending on when the last time your upper rope was replaced. And I probably will go ahead and replace this. As you can see, there's a splice in there, and there's definitely some frays in this upper rope, and so we're in luck. We'll probably replace that, and I'll show you how to do that, which is very helpful, because the top is the same as the bottom as far as the procedure. It's just a little, obviously, your gaps between knots are a lot bigger on the top, but I'll have to go get some cordage, and we'll go ahead and do that next before we get our skin. Alright, and here you goes, a little tool kit: construction shears, vice grips, screwdriver, hole punch, and some clamps. This is an interesting part of the process. I've got a huge goat skin here that we're going to put on, and I decided to soak it in the river. So I'm going to take these rocks off. I put this in overnight, so it'll be really quite pliable. There we go. There it is. So now we'll take it up top. Here we are with the rounded goat skin. We took our hole punch and we put holes all the way around on the edge of the skin. We've got plenty of room to work with here between the holes and the ring, as you can see. And then we just took some cord and laced it through, and you'll see in a bit that just helps keep the skin in place while we do some other things. Okay, so we've got the skin all kind of cinched up in the middle, and the next thing we're going to do is take our top ring and put it on the bottom ring. So if you remember, our inside ring is right there, so it's actually tucked in, and so the top ring is going to go right on top, and then we'll start using our string again, and we'll string our verticals, and then we'll start tightening it. Alright, just another view here before we start doing our verticals. Basically, we're just going to be bringing our string up, down, up, down, and catch every one. So there we go. So here you can see we go up and over on these guys on the top, and then down below you go under and up. So it's under and up, and every loop has got two coming out of it. So just a technical note about how to string these verticals. Alright, and I went ahead and just used the existing knots. I know I said I was going to redo that, but I was feeling a little bit lazy, so just went ahead and did some duct taping in the weak spots. But if you were going to do these knots, you have the same amount of knots on the top as you do on the bottom down there. So just a quick note about that. And we're just about done with our verticals, and then we'll start tightening them up. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got our verticals all done. We've just got them hand tight at this point, and just trying to keep everything even, keep the bottom ring even, keep the top ring even. And next we're going to tie off one end of the loose end, and then we're just going to go ahead and start cranking it down, and hopefully we can keep it even and get it nice and tight. Alright, so we've got it all tightened up. We used our tightening bar, our custom tightening bar, which if you are ever looking for one of these, you can get them on Drum Skulls or Rhythm Traders. And I've got a little piece of cardboard around there. It's kind of a jerry-rigged thing. But next thing we're going to do is untie the skin and drape it over, and then we'll secure it and we'll let it dry. Okay, so here we have the skins on. Got my jerry-rigged tightening system. The excess skin is folded over. As you can see here, it comes over the rings and then lays flat against the cardboard. That's why the cardboard's there, is just to keep this excess skin laying flat, and so it doesn't follow the contours of the rope. And yeah, you know, it's everybody's. I'm sure there's better systems out there to do this, but it should turn out pretty good when it dries. And then of course we'll have to take off the hair on the skin, on the drum skin itself. You know, if you can get skins without hair on them, it's a lot easier. Definitely my recommendation. But this happens to be a thick goat skin, and sometimes you just can't get them thick without hair. So little more to deal with, but you know, I don't think it really matters looks wise if you have hair on it or not. But anyways, next step is to let it dry, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now we are taking on the shaving of the skin. So I'm just using my good old beard trimmer and just giving it the once over. And it's been about 2 days, so we've let it dry for 2 or 3 days and ready to shave. All right. Okay, folks. Well, the next step is to take a double-edge razor blade, and we're going to shave the skin down to smooth. So basically you take it down to the level of the drum, obviously keep it flat, and then you just go back and forth like so. As you can see, we've already got a little bit of a smooth edge right there. So let's get that going, and then we'll check in after that. Alright, so got that last bit of hair off of there, and so pretty smooth now. That took about, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe a half hour. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a fresh razor blade and just get it all the way down. There's just still some kind of stubbles on there, and I want to get it all the way down to where it's all this white color. And so we'll get that done, and then we'll check in. Of course, these are super sharp. Always just go back and forth. Pretty obvious. You can cut right through the skin if you're not careful. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we've got the head shaved down pretty darn smooth, and skin's on. We can always come back and shave this even more with the razor blade. Just a note on that, I don't know anybody that's any drum builders that use sandpaper, so I wouldn't personally recommend using sandpaper on your djembe skin. Like I said, I've never done it before, so I can't say anything about it, but everybody I've talked to definitely discourages people from doing that. So the only thing left to do is our final tune, which I'm going to save for a different video, most likely. But yeah, we'll just tune it up. It's not quite where it needs to be yet, but it'll get there. So thanks for tuning in, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and happy drumming.